Hello, friends. It is so good to be with you. How are you? Hey, my name is Jan, and I'm with WildHeart. WildHeart is bringing the heart of the wild to the heart of the child. I love nature. Do you? It's awesome. Well, I had a question for you. Have any of you been to a birthday party lately? Or maybe you've had a birthday. Well, this summer we're celebrating Missouri's birthday. Missouri is going to be 200 years old. That's pretty old, isn't it? Well, I thought since we're celebrating that I would write a birthday song for Missouri, and I did. One of our slogans in Missouri is the Show Me State. So I wrote a song called Show Me Missouri. And in this song there are clues, all kinds of clues about the symbols of Missouri. Now, symbols are things that help us know about a place. So, for instance, the Missouri flag. Hey, do you see it over here? Let's go look at it a little more closely. The Missouri flag is actually only about 100 years old and was designed by a lady that had all these great ideas of putting all these things together. And when I look at a flag, I like to look at the animals or plants that might be in a symbol or a flag. So do you see any animals? I do too. Look at these big bears. These are actually grizzly bears. We don't have grizzly bears in Missouri, and that's probably a pretty good thing for us. But there's another bear here. Do you see it? Yeah. So those are all grizzly bears in our symbol. Because in Missouri, we probably had maybe a few on the western edge of our state. Do you see another animal in there? Yep, there's our eagle, right? And that's, of course, our national symbol, the bald eagle. And that will be in our song, too. So when you're listening to our song, I want you to listen for the bear and the eagle, too. There'll be other symbols, too. You probably know some of the symbols from school. How about that one state bird? Who would that be? Oh, that's right, the bluebird. Hey, we have a bluebird over here. Look at the little nest. Bluebirds in Missouri. Let's see if we can hear this bluebird sing. Bluebirds are great, sometimes called the bird of happiness or the good luck bird. They're awesome to have around, and they eat insects, so they're really great. Well, we'll look at other Missouri symbols here in a minute, but I thought we'd just start with our song called Show Me Missouri. And I'll need your help to sing along. Will you do that? I'd love to have you join me. All right. Show me a bluebird, a bobwhite or two, dogwood and hawthorn in pretty white bloom. Show me a river, muddy and wide, forests and prairies, Ozark hillsides, and I'll show you Missouri, my land and my call. United we stand, divided we fall, and I'll show you Missouri, my land and my call. What's best for the people is our great law. Show me a flag, bands of red, white, and blue, bears holding strong, an eagle flies true. Show me a gateway that heads to the west, wide open farmland, come be our guest, and I'll show you Missouri, my land and my call. What's best for the people is our fun. Thank you guys for singing with me. And you know what? Go back and sing it again and learn the song and see if you can find some other Missouri symbols. Later this summer, we're going to do some more on this song and add other verses and learn more about what's going on in Missouri with animals and habitats. So you knew that the bluebird was the Missouri state bird, right? What about some other critters? Well, let's think about a tree for a minute. Could you think of Missouri state tree? What would that be? Right? That was in the song. That was a clue in the song, dogwood. And also our Missouri flower, or floral emblem as they call it, is the hawthorn, which is actually another tree, but it has a beautiful white blossom. Well, we've looked at our bluebird. Now I want to introduce you to that bear we talked about. Not the grizzly, but the black bear. I've got this really cool skull to show you. Whoa. He's got some pretty big teeth, you think? Woo. Wow, black bears are making a comeback in Missouri. We're so glad they're coming back. We've lost them to some habitat loss and also overhunting back in the day, but they're making a comeback. We have approximately 500 bear, probably a few more than that, but you know, we have to guess on that. I mean, we have scientific studies and that sort of thing, but it isn't always an exact number. So about 500 or more, and black bears are what we call omnivores. Can you say omnivores? Omnivores. That means they eat both plants and animals. So this guy, even though he's got these great big teeth, one of his favorite things is eating berries. So wild blueberries and blackberries in the forest, this is where he hangs out. He's a forest animal, and we'll be talking more about forest animals today. So you can see this guy out there. Now, a blackberry is hard to miss in the woods. They're mostly south of the Missouri River. And if you ever see one, you'll know it. A big black fur, of course, and sometimes a little bit lighter brown in places. So sometimes they get confused with the grizzly bear, but they're not quite as big. They can get up to about 900 pounds, which is one of our largest mammals in Missouri. So black bears are awesome, and I hope you get a chance to see one sometime. They're pretty cool. All right. Well, there are other animals that live in the forest, and one way that we can tell if an animal is out and about is by its sounds. And so our next song we're going to do is about animal sounds, but I want to introduce you to a couple of those forest animals since I'm showing you the forest today. So the first one we're going to look at is our owl. Let's peek over here. We have a snowy owl over here, and those actually do visit Missouri, but only in the north part of our state and only in the winter time. If they have a really severe winter up north, sometimes they'll migrate to northern Missouri and hang out. But what does an owl sound like? Can you guys make an owl sound for me? Oh, like hoo hoo or hooty hoop hoo. Awesome. For in this song, I'm going to need you to make some animal sounds for me. And what else do we have? Oh, there's one over there by the flag. Do you see it? We have all kinds of different species of snakes that live in our Missouri forests. And I happen to bring a live one along for you to see today that lives in the forest. This snake is called a speckled king snake. Let me get him out for you. Are you ready? Some people are kind of afraid of snakes, so I want you to know that it's coming. Okay. This is a speckled king snake, and he's really great for camouflage because you can see the forest floor has kind of got the dark and light colors with the sunshine coming through. And so he's perfectly set up for being camouflaged on the forest floor. He also lives on what we call the edge. So he lives on the edge of the forest and into fields and into prairies, more open areas as well. So he has a couple different habitats or homes where he can live. This is a king snake, so speckled king snake, and the king snake is a type of snake that eats other snakes, which is kind of neat, kind of the king of all snakes. Oh, here's my other wild animal down here. This animal can eat rats and mice and other snakes, and one of the cool things about it is that it can actually eat venomous snakes and not be harmed. So that's a really cool thing because they keep the population of rodents and other snakes in check. So good to have around. He is sticking his tongue out a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see that, but he is smelling the air with their tongue. They're kind of a little different about that. They don't smell like we do, but they have a little forked tongue that goes out and gets molecules of air and brings it back up into the roof of their mouth. So this is the speckled king. And what does a snake sound like in your mind? Is it right? Well, this particular snake doesn't make a sound, and a lot of snakes don't, but we have a big one called the bull snake that we might see later this summer, and that one does make a hissing sound. So we're going to make the hissing sound together. Are you ready? Now, it's kind of funny because snakes don't really hear, so he can't really be afraid of our big hiss because he doesn't hear us. He is just simply... He just simply feels vibrations on his belly. Oh, I have my little critter here. I'm going to put him away. Come here. I've got my dog, Jaggy, here, is very interested in snakes. She thinks they're cool. All right. I'll put it back in there, Jaggy. Thank you for your help. Here's another animal that we might find, and I think we have a puppet of a frog. Where's our frog? But this is a gray tree frog and another forest species. I'm going to get him so that he's on the, oh, he's kind of getting happy, so I'm going to just keep him there. I don't know if you can see his little, this is a gray tree frog, so he has got little suction cups on his feet. Do you see those? Gray tree frogs are so well camouflaged. I'm going to have him turn around and kind of show you the backside of his back. He looks like tree bark. He matches the tree bark, doesn't he? Now, what kind of sound do most frogs make in your mind? Ribbit, ribbit, yeah. Or I've heard a few croak croaks, right? But you'll be interested to know, and I hope that you explore it further, that frogs and toads make all different kinds of sounds, from whistles to clicks. It's really fun to learn and listen to their sounds. So there's another forest animal, our frog. Awesome. All right. Okay, guys, you did a great job. Thanks, Jaggy, for helping. Oh, there is our frog. There's our frog. For Ribbit, Ribbit. We'll put him back up here. Oh, and we're going to make the sound of one more forest animal. Can you guys make a big howling sound with me? Let me hear ya. Ow! What animal howls like that? Well, this looks like a wolf, right? Right? And we also have coyotes in Missouri that howl. So both wolves and coyotes can howl like that. Can you do another big howl for me? Ow! Nicely done. In this song, I'll need for you to make all kinds of sounds. Can you help me? That would be great. Awesome. All right. Here, you want to take the wolf away? All right, and this song is called Jabberjaws. I want you guys to put your hands like this. I'm going to teach you the chorus to this song, okay? So we're going to go back and forth. Communicate, call a mate. Can you sing that? Communicate, call a mate, and then scare away, intimidate. scare away, intimidate. Lots of reasons make a sound. Lots of reasons make a sound. Warning, finding what's around. Warning, finding what's around. So you're going to pull the curtain back and look back here and this way. Awesome. We're going to look for animals together. You guys ready? Let's try Jabberjaws together. Voices of the animals, songs on key and even howls, noisy sounds and quiet calls. Can you hear them even now? Howling, howling, peeping, peep, croaky, croaky, cheeping, cheep, chirpy, chirpy, calling, calls, hissing, hiss, what Jabberjaws? Communicate, call a mate, scare away, intimidate. Lots of reasons make a sound. Warning, finding what's around. Voices of the animals, songs on key and even howls, noisy sounds and quiet calls. Can you hear them even now? Gobble, gobble, hooty, hoot, huffing, puffing, snorty, snoot, rattle, rattle, twitter, tweet, drumming, drummer, keeps the beat. Communicate, call a mate, scare away, intimidate. Lots of reasons make a sound. Warning, finding what's around. Can you guys make the sound of an owl? Ooh, ooh. Here we go, gobble, gobble, hooty, huffing, snorty, rattle, twitter, drumming, keeps the beat. Howling, peeping, croaking, cheeping, chirpy, calling, hissing, what Jabberjaws? Communicate, call a mate, scare away, intimidate. Lots of reasons make a sound. Warning, finding what's around. Communicate, call a mate, scare away, intimidate. Lots of reasons make a sound. Warning, finding what's around. Okay, guys, can you make the sound of an owl? Let me hear you. Good. How about that howling wolf? Can you do the wolf? Oh. Oh, how about the frog? How about the frog? Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Good job, friends. Way to go, friends. Well, I hope that you learned some wonderful things today about nature. And I hope that you learned a little bit about our state and the symbols that we know and we'll learn about together. So happy birthday to Missouri, and I hope that you are having a fabulous summer. Come back and watch another video with me later this summer, and we'll learn more about Show Me Missouri. Thank you.